Okay, so we're live and we're here. Hi, Fayo, and hello to everyone who is currently on this webinar, who is currently on the call. All right, so before we start, I'd like us to know that we are making history. So this is Plaqad's first ever influencer masterclass, and it's great to have everyone here. My name is Inyolua, and I work at Plaqad as Client Service and Business Development Executive. On the call on this webinar is my colleague. Her name is Fayo Kemi. And okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fayo, and I am the influencer partnership. Hi, Arike. Hi, Family. Hi, Sadi.
Hello, Family. Hi,
Hello.
Sadi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. In the comment section, Onyeti is saying hello. Okay. Juro Jaye, I hope you can hear us now.
Hello.
Hope Small is saying hi. All right. I think we can start for this again.
Cool.
All right. So we'll be starting the session with introduction. We'd like to meet the panelists. We'd like to know more about you. For some people on here, they're not, most people, yes, everybody uses social media, but for most people, some of them got to know about you during the course of putting this event together. Some people are already your followers. Some people, this is the first time they are having the privilege, have this live session with you, or have like a closer session with you. So can you please introduce yourself to your fans and to everyone? Okay, so we can start with Arike. After Arike, Family goes. After Family we have Sadi, then we have.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Arike. I like to say Arike with the dimples because it's just there. It's in everybody's face. I'm sorry. But my real name is Arike Olagba, but then the dimples came, so yeah, we'll take it. I'm a TV host. No, first of all, let me start with I'm a fashion blogger, TV host, brand influencer, and I'm also a podcaster. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for inviting me.
All right, fantastic. It's great to have you. Family, can you introduce yourself to the house?
Good afternoon. My name is Family. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an engineer, marine engineer, and I'm an influencer. Yeah, my real name is Family, but my handle is Family and Uncle Family. Yeah, I laugh a lot. It's not that I'm funny, but I just tend to laugh a lot. Yeah.
All right, Sadi, you're up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Tiolua Ate, mostly known as Sadi for some strange reason. I'm still trying to figure it out. But the D is for Daniel. I think the SAR is just, because I feel like I should be knighted. Knighthood was in Nigeria, but regardless. I'm a graphic designer, ex-banker, current actor. What am I going to say? Actor, TV host. I host a talk show that I only watch, so I'm my biggest fan. And influencer. Yeah, so that's it.
All right, nice to meet you. All right, Sophia, you're up next.
Hi,
you have
everyone.
to unmute your video.
Okay. My name is Tuke, and I'm a lifestyle blogger, saxophonist, and content creator. So I create lifestyle content to natural hair, beauty, fashion, food, motherhood, and travel on my blog, Instagram, and YouTube.
Oh, wow, fantastic. So thank you once again for everyone who has joined us, and for our speakers, we thank you for taking out time from your very busy schedule to be here today. For people who just joined, like Inyolua mentioned, the idea behind the Influencer Masterclass is for these experts, that's Arike, Family, Sadi, and Tuke Morgan, to share from their wealth of knowledge and experience with young influencers and upcoming influencers about how to improve their craft, to expand their knowledge about social media, and to truly understand what it means to be an influencer. So we thank you all for joining, and we thank our speakers also for taking time out to be here. So without wasting any much of our time, I believe we can go straight into the questions. Guys, are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, hi, office. I would like to quickly make some comments before we continue. For our participants, right now everybody is on mute, so if you like to ask questions, you will notice a Q&A box. You can click there and then drop your questions, or you can come to the chat session and then drop your questions. You can also raise your hand if you would like to talk, so that we can give you time to speak, but that will most likely be after the question and answer session. All right, thank you. Over to you, Fayo.
Thank you so much, Inyoluwa. So our first question on our list is, who is an influencer? Most people misunderstand these things. Most people feel if I have up to 50,000 followers, I'm an influencer. Most people feel if I have 10,000 retweets or 1,000 likes on my IG page, I'm an influencer. I believe you guys are in that field. You people understand what it feels like better. So please, can we get an understanding of what being an influencer is, or who is really an influencer? So like we did the introduction, we start with Arike, please.
Yay! Okay. Well, to the best of my knowledge, an influencer is someone who has like the power to affect the purchasing decision of their audience. Now, this could be done based on maybe the authority they have, or the relationship that they've been able to build with their audience, or the trust that people have in them based on the fact that there's a reputation. So I'm gonna be jumping the gun, but to an extent, you need to have like a personal brand, and that's like your personality. So, for example, I always say art, music, and fashion is my thing. So I've grown myself to a point where if I wear an outfit and I tell you, oh, this is someone you should actually buy from, people will trust me enough to go ahead and shop from that person, not because they know the brand or because they know the owner of the business. It's because Arike has said this brand is authentic. Arike has said this brand is good enough to, patronize. That's what we're going to buy. So I think it's basically the power that you have on your audience or your followers to influence their decisions in terms of what they buy and their lifestyle generally as well. That's what I can say.
Okay, thank you so much, Arike. Family.
So I will just add to what she said. An influencer is anyone that can influence people's decisions can influence anybody to make some certain decisions. For example, I can decide to, and again, anybody can be an influencer. It's not about the number of followers or the length of it. You can have just 20 followers and you can influence people's decisions. As long as, imagine me seeing Arike's wig and I'm like, oh, this wig looks so nice on Arike. Arike, who is your plug? And Arike tells me like, okay, this is so person. I got it from so store. And I go to so store's page and I watch that wig because I saw it on Arike's head. Arike has been able to influence me to get that wig. Automatically, she's an influencer. So anybody can be an influencer. It's not about the followers, not about the page or your popularity. It's about you making decisions and people actually following those decisions. If your English is hard for me. People know. You can influence basically. If your decisions can change people's life, or people can follow your decisions or follow whatever you say because you said this, then you're an influencer.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pamela. Sadi.
It's hard to follow up. What else is there to be said? You know how when teacher has asked a question, the right students answered, and then you are left with the guys behind. But basically, I think influencing is to be an influencer just means your opinion is trusted by a lot of people or a few people. And that being said, I am one of the few people. I personally feel that every human being is an influencer, regardless of his or her choices. You just influence one person or another. No matter whatever decision you've made, whether it be in your lifestyle, whatever it is, you have influenced somebody regardless. So if you think of it in that light, you'll be able to understand deeply what an influencer is or who an influencer is. Say, I like to wear sweatpants and just t-shirts or however I like to dress. And I have a younger brother who looks up to me and he sees that and eventually he starts to dress like that. I have influenced his life regardless of whether or not I was intentionally trying to be an influencer. So as long as people can, basically an influencer is someone people look up to. I want to copy you, I want to be you in certain ways. That's how I picture it.
Yes, so thank you, Sadi. It's okay.
Is there anything else to add? In short words, I would just say an influencer is someone who has a community of people that believe in their opinion and their advice.
Okay. Thank you so much to our speakers for explaining what influencer really means. In a nutshell, they've all said that it is the ability or the power to be able to influence other people's opinions. So, taking a lead from that, we'd like to know the 3 things anyone starting out as an influencer needs to know. I will direct these questions particularly to Pamela. So we would like to know what are
basically,
yeah,
it's more than 3 things. Yeah, it's more than 3 things. Number 1, you have to identify your niche. Or like my former boss, ATG, will say, you have to discover your mojo. You get, but basically the normal term is you have to identify your niche. What are you good at? Not because Sadi is an actor, you want to be an actor. Although because Arike has dimples, you just go for your dimples. Although because Morgan does this thing, you want to do that thing too. You get, so you have to have a niche. Are you good with food? Are you good with sports? Are you good with media? Are you good with entertainment? So basically discover that thing first. Then pick your platform. If it's food, where works best? Is it YouTube? Is it Instagram? Is it Twitter? You get, don't be selling cars or don't be selling food and go to Twitter or go to YouTube to go and sell food. It doesn't make any sense. Then again, prioritize your content. What kind of content? Then another thing is listen to your audience. What kind of people follow you? It's a whole lot of things. It's not just 3 things. Then your hashtag game, maintain consistency, collaborate with other influencers. Basically, it's just short. I have guys here that can give you more things. We have guys here. We have Arike.
So, Arike, do you have other things to add to it? Minus stuff that what Pamela has said.
Well, yeah. So as you already said, there are more than 3 things, but I would say that the top 3 things that you need to say that you're an influencer, you want to start out as an influencer. The first thing is that you need to first of all understand that you, as Pamela said earlier on, and as Sadi said, you don't need thousands of followers to understand that you can influence people's decision. There are some people that have millions of followers, and the moment you give them a product, you're probably getting 20 people to purchase that particular product. And there are some people that have just 5,000 followers, but then you give them that same product to market, and they get like thousands of people that would get that or patronize that particular business. So you first of all need to understand that you don't need thousands of followers. You just need to be able to what's that word? You need to understand that you can grow something. So for example, I have 2,000 followers, but I want to be an influencer. How do I start out being an influencer? It's not by buying followers. It's not by buying comments or buying links, because those things are at the end of the day fake, and it makes you, it puts you in the bad light as an influencer. So with my 2,000 followers, what can I do? How can I start out being an influencer? I will start to put out my brand. So personal branding, that is number 1. It is key. You have to let people understand your personality. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? And then you work more on your strengths. So to carve a niche for yourself, you have to find your strength. And those are the things you'd focus on. I love food, but then it's not my strength. But I love fashion. So I can wear clothes every day. I can look good every day. Okay, let me follow this, line. Let me continue as a fashion influencer because that is my strength. If you tell me to do influencing for food, yes, I'll post your picture and I'll talk about how I ate it and it was sweet and whatever, but I won't be able to do it as well as someone like Chef Didi or Chef Eros or Chef Stone, or do you understand? People that are really food influencers. So you need to, first of all, understand your audience. You need to put out engaging and relatable or would I say relevant content. You need to you also need to understand. So I said understand your audience, create relevant and engaging content. Yes, you need to let people feel like you're human as well. Be relatable. Be put out things. Be conversational with them. Like let them know that you're human and they can talk to you the same way you can talk to them. So those are major things to me. Personal branding, understand your audience, and put out relatable and engaging and sensible posts or content. So that's
Thank you so much, Arike. So following up for what you said, Arike, yeah. So I think my next question will go to Tuke. So does personal branding impact your ability to succeed as an influencer? If personal branding does, then how?
Okay, so I think personal branding is really important. I think perception is really important. The good thing about social media is that a lot of people give personalities, they can create the persona that they want to portray. You can create, okay, I'm going to be, funny today, or I can create this persona that I'm outgoing. So you have to be able to create a persona. And I feel like brands choose people based on what they perceive from your Instagram or from your Twitter or from your YouTube platform. So first of all, let me just say that there are different types of influencers. There are different platforms that you can be an influencer on. So for example, on YouTube, you need to have like channel art. You need to make sure your thumbnails are like, there's a certain font or there's a certain way that you present them. So yeah, I would definitely say that personal branding is very important. Perception is key. You can't be saying, oh, I'm broke, I can't afford to do this, I can't afford to do that. And then telling brands, oh, pay me 500K. They'll be like, this one that is saying that they don't have money for fuel. Yeah, they want to use me and make all the money. Do you understand? So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Tuke. Sadi, do you have anything to add to it?
I think she has basically said it's in the way it's supposed to be said. Who you are as a person directly influences your ability to influence. Tautology, I'm using the same word, but regardless. The way you are perceived is your biggest influencing. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, how you are perceived is how you will be able to influence others. I won't be able to. So it's funny sometimes to see an influencer who is influencing for a product that I know for a fact you do not use or you cannot use. So what are you telling me? How are you encouraging me to get the product? Because a lot of people, personally, I feel like down the line, a lot of influencers forget that they are influencing and they just talk and they just get these products and throw it in our faces. But the actual power you have as an influencer is the ability for people to relate with the products you're trying to influence. And if I cannot put you in that frame with the product, if I cannot imagine you using that product, or if I cannot see it in you and see that it works for you, I won't picture how it will work for me. So personal branding is very, very important. The way you brand yourself is the way you be perceived, and the way you be perceived is ultimately your influencing power.
And thank you so much, Sadi.
Thank you. So at this point, I would like to ask a very important question that I'm sure that a lot of our participants have always wanted to know. So yes, I'm a social media influencer, but what platforms or what social media platforms would you say is best for influencer marketing? For some people, I know that some people might have been on like a certain platform, maybe like on Instagram or Twitter, and they are struggling to find themselves. So how exactly, or what platforms would you say is best for influencer marketing? And then you can relate this to your needs, because I know now Arike does fashion, he does art, Family does lifestyle, and he does primarily needs to fight work. He does lifestyle entertainment. Tuke does lifestyle, motherhood. He does food as well and travel. And Sadi, he is an actor, a content creator, so is why. So can we say the same social media platform applies across board, or are there particular social media platforms to look at for different niches? So who would like to go first?
Okay, I'll talk. So I feel like you need to know your strength to know which platform works best for you. So for the past 2 years, I've been putting out content on YouTube. But the thing about YouTube is it takes a lot of time. You're going to film, like for me, quality is very important for me. So I'll film on my camera, I'll transfer to my laptop, I'll edit on my laptop, I'll upload 3 hours to upload, I'll create thumbnail, I'll put tags, I'll put description, final down, share on all the other platforms. And it's just like you have to think about it. Which one requires minimal effort, or it's not too much work from you and it's still going to yield results? So for me, I've been analyzing all the social media channels I'm on, and I'm like, yo, YouTube is taking too much of my time and it's not bringing in as much as Instagram is. Instagram is pictures, it's short form content. TikTok is now where I'm at, because TikTok, you can do everything on your app. You can film on your app, you can edit on your app, and you post, and there are different challenges for you to hop on. You don't even need to do more content. So I think you need to think about your strengths. Like, I'm not a Twitter person, but me, I don't want to fight. I don't want to be too opinionated, but someone like Familiar in here is a Twitter guy. So think about your strengths and play to them.
Okay, fantastic. Sadi, do you want to add to what you have said? Do you have anything to say? I think I will say coming up.
You know, I think funny thing is first of when I was
I mean, you do very care for your needs. You do more of fashion. So can we take fashion to Twitter? Can we bring it to Instagram? Okay,
okay. So for me, the answer to the question.
Okay, Sadi, you can go ahead, please.
No, let her speak, because truth be told, I wasn't going to say anything that makes sense.
Why do you say that? Okay. So for me, I would say that as Tokia said, it's what works for you. But then again, I think that the strongest platforms are like right now, where you probably get paid a lot of money. If you want to make quick money, and if you want to do like easy stuff, I would say it's Instagram and Twitter. As Tokia said, YouTube takes a lot of work. I think that I've not done season 2 of Girl Talk because these choice involved. I have to think about it. I know that 2 weeks, I'm taking 2 weeks off work, and that's not like child's play. So for me, I'll say Instagram and Twitter. But then for Twitter, you have to be opinionated. Am I opinionated? Yes. Is it my strength? Yes. But do you like peace of mind? Yes. For me, I like peace of mind. So I will run away from Twitter. Mamilari has the chest. Do you get it? Mamilari has the chest to take anything. Is our Indabos on Twitter. But on Instagram works for me because I deal with images. So if I'm posting a picture about an outfit and I post it on Twitter, I can just post on Twitter a picture that I'm just trying to market the person's clothes, but somebody will come for me and abuse me based on one thing or the other. So let me just do my Instagram where people will see it and appreciate it, and I've been able to build my brand there. Do I want to be a Twitter influencer? Yes, their money is more than Instagram to an extent, because if you're seeing 2 weeks challenge, 2 weeks campaign, because you'll be tweeting every day, but then pick what works for you. Are you strong on Twitter? Do it, by all means. If it's Facebook, my brother, do it though, because all our mommies and daddies are there and they have more money than we. But I would say pick a platform where you have millennials, because these are the people that they're like the future of tomorrow. I know that's like what we hear when we're growing up, but yeah, it's the truth. So I would say Instagram and Twitter for me, honestly. But for me personally, Instagram.
So for me, basically, I think it's you picking what works for you, and you know how you can take the hits you get. And so for me, Instagram and Twitter work for me. When I started, I loved Instagram, but not all of a sudden I fell in love with Twitter. I can't do a day without doing something on Twitter. I can go a month without even checking my Instagram, if need be. But for Twitter, I fell in love with the whole platform thing and how it works, and being able to understand that platform. So pick what works for you, pick what works for your brand, where you think your audience are, and they can listen to you. So that's it basically for me. Anyone works. And again, don't pick something because you feel like they are making so much money here. As a food blogger, Twitter is not your place, Instagram is not your place, YouTube is your place. So pick the platform that actually works for your brand.
For you.
That's it for me.
Yeah, very true. I would just like to add that when trying to when we talk about platforms and how which one works best for you, I think if under an understanding of the platforms then and the way they work and the way they function differently would influence that decision. In the sense that I've always been of the opinion that when it comes to Instagram, it's more what you see is what you get, in the sense that it's about graphics, it's about images, it's about color. Twitter has that, but mostly, in my opinion, Twitter has a lot of speech, a lot of conversation, just talk back and forth, basketballs. So when it depends on what truly you're trying to sell. If what you're trying to sell is something colorful, vibrant, just pictures, a lot of shouty stuff, Instagram is your go-to. Generally, I would say Instagram is the go-to for everything because it has a balance to everything. You can post a picture and just add a caption. With Twitter, you have to be conscious of engaging, is what I would say. If you need to be in the moment, like when you're influencing on Twitter, you can't just drop it like say Instagram and go. I think the power that Twitter gives is the back and forth. It's the retweets, with a comment, it's the fact that it goes to different people's pages and then just keeps going down to different angles. You would never know how far your tweet would go, because people just retweet and then people who you're not following. So with Twitter, you need to be consciously active. It's not a post and go kind of platform. So basically, as what everybody has said, you need to know what you're trying to sell, your niche, and then you'll be able to pick. But truth is, you see Twitter and Instagram, just hold them tight. YouTube is not it's not for normal human beings. I think you need spiritual power to be able to truly influence on YouTube, and it takes a lot more effort. So that's my own take.
And it takes a long time as well, because you would have built and put out content.
Before you even get monetized, you need to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000.
Honestly.
But people like Pamela, that's not a problem.
Yeah, when I even that one, before they will send code, you go wait. So
Interesting. So the next question I'd like to ask is, what do you guys think about social media challenges? Like, can budding influencers or growing influencers hop on social media challenges? Is it like a good tactic to like get their face out there, to grow their brand, or to join conversation? What do you think about social media challenges? Finally, I would really appreciate if you can like start this conversation.
I was going to say familiar.
A lot of things happen.
Actually, no, I should not be the one starting this. So we are talking about challenges here. Most of these things happen on Instagram. We don't have challenges on Twitter.
King of Twitter here.
We don't have challenges on Twitter. We have challenges on Instagram. So give it to
Eric. You are very active with the challenges. Pamela, shoot this thing. This humility is strange.
So we're talking about social media challenge now.
So for me, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for me. I think, when you jump on these kind of things, you become more relevant. People know that you're keeping up with the trends, and not even though it's not good to jump on every trend, but at the same time, let them feel your vibe. Let them know that, okay, this place is not old school. You are letting people know that I'm in the market, we are not going anywhere yet. So I think it's a good thing. It's not just good to jump on other challenges. That's easy for me. But I know Arike and Toke and Sadi, they are pros. They can do all these things. They know better.
Okay, so for me, what did you say?
Okay, no, you can go ahead.
Okay, for social media challenges, I feel like they actually help you as an influencer because you get more engagement. I say that because, and then as Pamela said, obviously, you cannot jump on every social media challenge. Like, you have to jump on the one that works for you as an influencer,
like
for the brand that you build for yourself. So, in as much as it's fun, it's engaging, it makes people feel like, oh yeah, this person is relatable and all that stuff. It also helps with engagement for you, because if you jump on a challenge, but the moment people click on that hashtag or whatever it is, your content shows, and the fact that you're an influencer, you probably will gain more ground because you'll be at the top you be at the top of the hashtag or whatever it is. So people would watch, you get more views, you get more clicks on your profile, you get some people follow you from it because some people might just like the way you've done it compared to other people's own. So I think it's something that influencers but you cannot jump on who you want. You have to just jump on the one that works for you and you're comfortable with, and you think you can be creative with as well. So that's it for me, basically.
On this, I guess it's fantastic. On this, I guess two things that trends help you gain visibility and also help to drive engagement. So would you agree? Oh, fantastic. All right. So my next question I would like to ask is, we're talking a lot about
your volume is in that hand.
Creating content, creating.
I can't hear you clearly no more.
I hear you well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Guys, your earpiece is fake.
Okay, hope you did friends had to buy that product. Like,
You did, though, funny enough.
You like, bro?
All right. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. So I was saying that we're hearing a lot of things around creating. Would you say that influencer marketing or being an influencer also demands some level of creativity? And then how? Like, when we're saying being creative, I mean, people take pictures, they put up online, people write like very punchy captions, but does it entail, is there something extra that you guys do? I think I'm speaking for some people, participants, you can drop comments in the chat box, if you have things to say about this, so what I'm trying to say in essence is there's some level of creativity that influencer marketing demands or being an influencer demands.
Who goes first?
Dimples always goes first.
Okay, so I think being an influencer has a lot to do with being creative because you want to put out unique content. Now, for example, if I'm marketing this hair and I get like 4 or 5 other influencers, so for example, I'm the owner of the hair brand, I get 4 or 5 influencers to sell this particular weave. You don't want to do what Sadi would be doing or what Toke will be doing or what Familiar will be doing. So you have to go back to the drawing board, and this has a lot to do also with personal branding. So how do I sell this hair in a way that it fits my brand, based in a way that people that follow me, my audience, would buy it based on the brand that I've built and the perception they have of me. So you cannot afford to just be like, oh, this is hair. Oh yeah, now it's out to be one. I've snapped picture. That's it. No, you have to look for creative ways to put out your content. Sometimes it could be spontaneous. You can just get the hair and you're like, this thing will just come to your head and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Sometimes you have to sit down and it takes a lot of strategic planning and all of that stuff. So yes, it does require a level of creativity. I would say high level of creativity, actually. Say 80%.
Fantastic. From the chat box, let me quickly drop these guys. So someone is saying, what's the link between creativity and reach? The person says, I know people who have creative content yet don't get reach. Like they don't get the reach that, the level of reach that their creative content should get. I think that's what that person is saying.
So that has to do with followers again.
Okay.
So you can be super creative here and you have just 500 followers. Those are the same people that will be seeing it. And you can be less creative and you have 1 million followers. Your stupidity is showing to 1 million followers. But you that you put in so much work and effort into that little creative, that little thing you've done, but you have just 500 followers. No other person will see it unless it enter explore by mistake. God help you. You get. So at the same time, having numbers matters, yeah, but not at all times. But for wider reach and popularity and for more people to see the kind of content and the kind of work you're putting into whatever you're doing, you need the numbers too. So you can't just cage yourself like, no, I'll be private. Imagine you call yourself a content creator and your page is on private. Who are you deceiving? You get. So there are a lot of things to put into it.
Like that.
You get. So there are a lot of things to put into this thing. You need followers matters too. The followers matters too. But your kind of content, again, the kind of hashtags you use, Are you promoting your content? $2, you never can tell. Promoting this thing with $2, with $5, you can't tell how far it will go. But if you change yourself, like, no, I'm a great person, I'm creating mad content, and you're just pushing this to your 500 followers. And my dear, well, you'll be there forever and ever. But the moment you put in a little bit of effort, and I'm sorry, Daddy, the moment you put in a little bit of effort and say, okay, I have 500, I have this 5,000, let me push this content. You push it, or you beg influencer family, please let me post on your story. I know you can post on your page, but let me post on your story. It won't take you anything. Oh, I really care. I beg now. Let me post on your story. Or you take that link, you send it as a VC to your WhatsApp people. Let them comment on it. Let them view it. It's gross. You have to develop. Aside you just creating content, what are the extra efforts you are putting into this thing? But it's the motivational speaker.
Oh, Lord.
Lord. Okay, I want to contribute to this particularly. Yeah, I feel one of the mistakes a lot of people make is creating creative content for the wrong audience. Now, okay, so I studied graphic design, and I know based off of designing to advertise, there are particular ways to advertise for different groups, different age groups, gender. Truly unique. Your creativity, you can be 100% creative to this section, but your followers are not these people. These are the people you have, and your creativity will not be relatable to those people. Say, for example, we're all young here, and I'm asked to sell walking stick. Regardless of how creative I am with influencing a walking stick, it will not sell well on my page because most of my followers will not need it in the next 20, 30 years. You get? So the way you influence, or the way you advertise a product is highly important. You have to be very intentional with the people you have as your followers. That's the truth. You have to pay attention to them. You're not trying to satisfy a sense of creativity in your mind. You're trying to satisfy them. And what you need to understand with social media is it takes a few seconds for anybody to lose interest in whatever you are saying. It's not even that complicated. All of us here are savage. Wow. It's like this we are going on social media. We're constantly scrolling. That first 2 seconds is the most important. But you wait till the end to deliver something. You need to catch me in the beginning. So your creativity you need to be very intentional as to how you think you're creative. Because truth be told, you can create a 30 seconds video, and when I finish watching the 30 seconds video, I'll be like, this guy is so creative. But if I had watched this for 10 seconds, why is this guy wasting my data? So if you can understand how to balance it and relate it to the people who are following you, do not just create for creating's sake. Create to satisfy the people you are following, that are following you. And by so doing, as much as you need to, of course, promote your content. When you create and people are satisfied, if you have, say, 10 followers, you create a content that truly satisfies them in the sense that they truly can relate to that 10. When I can relate to something completely, I want to share it automatically. It's just, I want others to see that, okay, this is how I think too. That's what it is with Twitter, and Pamela will understand this, that once you say something, once you say one deep, it's always one deep something. Thereby Earth can kill the future of tomorrow in our leaders. Something stupid. Once somebody can say, that's all, the person retweets, and you have, or even repost on Instagram, and you have reached a much larger audience than your 10 followers. So truth is, you need to be creative to the people that are following you.
To add to that, I also think that being consistent is key, because there's sometimes that you're putting out creative content and it's just not getting there. One day it will blow. For example, Lasisi Elenu, I've been following him since forever, and it was just that video of the pothole, and it went viral, and like that, it became the Lasisi that we all know now. So you have to, in as much as you want to what's the word? You want to English are follow. Anyway, whatever it is, just know that you have to be consistent, because consistency is what makes it. One day somebody will see it and will get it. Also, you should have your audience in mind. So as Sadi said, don't go and be advertising for a walking stick brand when you know that your followers, all they're interested in is, Fenty Beauty and stuff like that. So have your audience in mind, be consistent, try to collaborate with other influencers. Please, can you just share on your list? And please don't be entitled. It's not your pet right. That is my mini rant right there. Because some people will send you this thing in your DM. Please let me share. If I cannot relate to it, I will not share. But then you're not going to be guilt tripping me and telling me about how it's your ancestors' birthright. It's not your birthright. It's help. If I want to, I'll do it. If I don't want, you can't hold me to it. And it doesn't mean I'm an evil person. It's just that I'm also building a brand on social media. So, for example, if you're putting out content in bikini and whatever it is, I don't have anything against people wearing bikini. I wear bikini. But do I post it? It's not the brand I'm pushing. I don't post those pictures. So I will never repost your bikini picture because it's not just what I'm pushing. It doesn't align with the brand that I'm selling. So you have to also move on. Thanks, please.
Laugh goes.
Thank you so much. So, Arika, thank you so much for raising the point of consistency. Because I'm sure most people ask, and then some of the feedback the feedback from people who signed up for this class, they kept on asking things like, "Oh, how do I be consistent at taking great content?" And that does it come like, is it something that just happens? Is it simultaneous, or is it something that you plan? So I would like to ask you guys, you've been in this game for like quite some time. How can people stay consistent at creating this content?
Can I go?
Okay, sure.
Impulse goes first. You have to appreciate.
This is how we know the students always sit at the front in class.
In front.
They always answer the questions.
No.
Like Osmi Asadi. Like that.
Fine. I'm telling you.
Okay, how to stay consistent.
So you can go ahead.
It's very simple. It's just very simple. Be passionate about what you're doing. That's it. If you're not passionate about it, if you're doing it because of the money, my sister, it will end in tears. Because there are sometimes that you never make money from some products that you're marketing, but then it's probably barter deal or whatever it is. So before you even get to that stage where people are paying you or you monetize your brand and whatever it is, I, as a fashion blogger, I will spend money on photographer, pay Agbero when I'm taking picture on the road. Those ones that will abuse me. The Okada people that will do sexy, they will do sexy and call me. You just have to, all that will keep you going is the fact that you love and you enjoy what you're doing and you're passionate about it. I always tell people I'm an influencer by chance. I didn't start out thinking that people were going to be paying me to do stuff. I love to play dress up. Oh my goodness. Like everybody in my house, they want to throw me out. I will just stand in front of mirror, wear clothes and be talking to myself and be feeling myself. And that's the end of the day for me. And I'm happy, whether I make money or not. So I'm like, okay, I can always do videos of this thing. I can always take pictures. I love taking pictures as well. So let's do this. And it started out that way. It got to a point, my phone is not doing this photo justice anymore. I started seeing other people's pictures, people abroad, and I was like, okay, let's use photographer. And like that, it got to a point where people started reaching out to me like, I'll pay you 5K. Wear my clothes. I will do this. I'll do that. And then that's when I spoke to someone and I said, oh yeah, people actually make money from this thing. And that is how influencing started for me. And now while they expand the shop to everything. Thanks.
Interesting. Fantastic. I like to ask a question for you guys. But is there a way people can put more structure to like how to the level or the frequency of their content? Because when we look at that word content,
I didn't get the question.
I said,
Your audio is quite bad.
Wow. Is there a way people can put? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
or now?
Fantastic. So I said, is there a way people can, is there like a structure, is there a science to it, is there like a format to it? Do people need to like come up with like maybe a calendar or a schedule of their posts so they can keep at it? Because it's one thing to start something, it's another thing to continue on that path. So how can people be more organized with being consistent when it comes to creating good content?
So
the students at the back.
Calendars. So they plan their post for a month There are apps that you can use. There's Onum, there's Planoli, and you can plan your post the way you even want it to look on your feed. And as a fashion blogger, it's very important to like batch shoots. So you do your makeup, you get your wigs, and you can shoot 10 looks in one day. And you just keep them like for the next 3 weeks. Batch shooting is important. Having a content calendar is important, and a content strategy, so that it's not as if I'm just posting out the content. I'm wasting my energy. I'm creating all this content, but it's not reaching people. Use hashtags, tag people, look at your insights. When is the best time to post? When are people online? Like there are apps that can even tell you, okay, which hashtags work more. You say, look at the posts that are doing well. Okay, this one reach more people. Maybe it's because of this hashtag. So you have to try things out before you know what is going to work. But yeah, to be an influencer, you have to be dogged and you have to be resilient, because it's not one day you're going to blow. You have to be consistent. You don't know when your next big break is going to come. And in this world, it's very this freelancer world, it's not a 9 to 5. You're not going to know that, okay, every month I'm going to get this amount. This month you might not make any nothing will enter your account, but next month it will be Mother's Day and maybe you get 5 different campaigns, or it's Christmas and everyone is trying to push out content because of Christmas Day or Democracy Day or something. So you also have to think about that and create content in line with like different holidays and different things that are happening around the world.
Oh, fantastic. So with all this that has been said, I would like to find out, do you guys experience like a creating block sometimes? You experience creating block, and then how do you feel like doing it? Because I'm sure people go like, oh man, these guys are just overthinking. I didn't want to call Papa.
The audio.
If you called into 93.1 FM and you want to hear yourself.
Whoa, please, let's see. Okay, so I was saying that sometimes you experience like a creative block, and then if you experience a creative block, how do you deal with it?
So for me, sometimes I want to tweet so bad. I want to create viral content, and at the same time nothing is coming to my head. So those are the days you see me tweet A for apple, B for ball, and everybody's talking and everybody's replying and just following up. Dead. I feel like it's dead, but people like mad. Then I go back memories. The kind of yes, she's put on. I'm just fix that. Please, what did you say? Daddy, what did you say?
We didn't hear
is it only me that the feed is cracking?
We didn't hear you. The line went off.
Your village people are on your case.
We people should not laugh at Family Rio. He's using good network. Family Rio, why are you Gary?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
It's not my fault. Somebody was trying to call me. That's disrupting my network. So for me, basically, those kind of days, I just tweet random stuff and look at what people are talking about, look at look at the last thing someone said on my timeline, and I just try to revive it. Or those are the kind of gauges, the kind of days. Lucky days along. Jesus Christ.
You come on the tap now. More wisdom followed.
When you come back.
Those are the kind of days I go into people's comment section and I'm engaged. And they'll be like, wow, family replies comments and the rest of it. It's not like I reply comment, it's joblessness, and it's because I don't have anything on my head at that point in time. So at that point in time, I just look for alternative. I can't always be creative. I can't always have sense. You get sense comes once in a while. I'm one of the most stupid person you can ever meet, actually. But on these days like this, I look for alternatives. B for apple, B for ball, 1, 2, 3, 4. People come.
Yeah, I've called him again. No.
Who is this person that is trying to call Family? Is the person not supposed to be at work or at least doing quarantine?
Don't mind.
That's the reason why they will call during quarantine.
Social distance.
Lucky for us, it doesn't affect us by our phones.
Not all.
Yeah, Family is back.
Very good. Okay. Okay. So are you still there? Are you done?
I'll finish now.
Okay, fantastic.
Give
All right, no problem.
give your network a second to load because we don't know what you are using, but it's not instantaneous. It takes its time.
Don't do your
Patience.
plain stuff for them.
Okay. All right, no problem. So the next question I'd like to ask is, how can you win the trust of your audience? Because since we started this conversation, we've been talking about being able to get people to take an action, make a decision, influence. You also use the word influence their actions. Basically, but we've been saying a lot about making decisions, taking action. How can you win the trust of people? How can you win the trust of your audience? You can share from your experience. You can share some of the things that you have done over time, or how exactly do you position yourself such that people can trust the things that you say?
I feel like
think
being
Pamela missed that. Okay, so
I feel like being honest is important. So, I had a baby like 15 months ago, and my pregnancy wasn't planned. Like we were doing our own form of contraception that we thought was, foolproof, but it was not.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you. When it happened, I was just like, whoa! Like I didn't have many friends around me that were moms, so I was looking for a lot of content, a lot of videos that would tell me, okay, how I prepare myself. I was calling people I'm not able to just to get information. Now, after I had my baby, like I didn't announce my pregnancy, but after I had my baby, I now started sharing videos. Like in the past 1 year, I've put up 20 videos on YouTube about motherhood, about pregnancy, about breastfeeding, about labor, about postpartum bleeding. I've spoken honestly about these experiences that a lot of people would rather not say. They'll be like, don't worry, when you get there, you find out. I just like, can you not tell me so that you can? Because the fact that I've actually been so open about this, I have so many moms around me that reach out to me on a daily basis asking me, okay, Jessica, please, my baby, maybe he's not sleeping well at night, what can I do? Or I'm not sure what to do with my baby, I'm not sure how to stop breastfeeding, my milk is not coming in. And so the fact that I'm just able to like share my experiences honestly, that has really helped me build my trust. And also a lot of mommy brands are now like, okay, this girl has a lot of moms that are young moms that actually care about what she says and do what she says. So that has helped me build business.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Does anybody want to contribute, please?
Yeah, I'd like to contribute to that. I would want to say that for this particular question, I strongly believe in integrity. I believe in the truth. Last is the truth. That's the reason why it's called truth. You would not say influence for a particular food vendor. Say if someone that sells burger. Now you get the burger. Of course, you're excited to influence for them, and then you get the burger and you bite it. You dig into it, and it totally tastes like peace. But you go ahead and the truth is, okay, so I had this, I'm going to use a real life experience. I had this food vendor send me their food, and then it was a lot, and they were like, please help us influence, and they paid though, which was even more painful.
Yeah.
And they sent a lot, not just rice, but even soup and stuff. And then the rice came, and I dug in, and it was completely salt. Completely, absolutely salt. And then I said, they made a mistake with the rice. So I went to the soup, and it was still salt. And then I'm like, sorry, I've not created the content. I was stalling. I ordered personally, without them knowing. I ordered their food, and it was still salt. So I returned their money. Because, look, if people that have the same sense of taste that I do taste it, they will not buy it now, and they will not listen to me next time I say buy food from wherever. Because in their mind now, my taste buds for salt is dead. This guy know they even taste salt for food, so he cannot know what I want. And you have ruined yourself in that line. So if you think it's all about the money, as Rike rightfully said earlier on, you will lose it. You should be passionate about it, and if you have passion for something, you will not sell your integrity for the money you're getting at hand right now. So if you believe what you are saying when you influence, that's the most important. You need to believe the things you are saying. You can't. I've seen videos of people take a sip of a drink. Oh my goodness, amazingly nice, and then immediately they shout "cut." You spit it into a bowl because it tastes horrible. It will not work. If it tastes horrible to me, it probably tastes horrible to a lot of people, and you're just discrediting yourself to your audience. That's just wrong in the long run.
Yeah. To add to what he said, yeah, develop. I mean, be yourself. Stay true to yourself. Now, you know how they say your instincts and your intuition and whatever it is as a person. So you have to apply that to in influencing. So as Sadi said, because I don't like salty food, doesn't mean that there's people that will not enjoy that food. I like salty food, but that's not what I stand for. So that's what it is. You have to stand for something. You have to stay true to yourself. It's okay, you know, if you standing or being yourself or standing for something makes some people pull away from you. That same thing that has made those people pull away from you would pull you closer to your people. So you have to find your tribe and stay true to yourself. That's the honest truth. Because the thing that stands influencing marketing or digital marketing out from, you know, media and TV and the normal thing is transparency and honesty. If you come to my TV station and say, oh, we are selling so, we want to pay for airtime, they're not going to taste the food to know whether the food is sweet. They will just collect the airtime and advertise it on the show, and it has nothing to do with them. They're not going to personally do it, but your personality is involved when you're influencing. So you have to stay true to yourself. You have to stand for something, and it's okay if other people don't agree with it, but stand for something and be true to yourself. Stay true to yourself.
All right, thank you so much for that. So the next question I'd like to ask, I know some of you have been for quite some time now, a number of years. I know some of you have been doing influencer marketing, like you've been an influencer for, you've been in the influencer marketing space rather, you know, for quite a number of years or for quite some time. How have you been able to stay relevant? We know there are times and then there are seasons, but how have you been able to
get Jota because I'm not one of those people.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll say consistency. Yes, that's the truth. Consistency. You just have to. And you in as much as you're being consistent, you also have to be innovative. So what Instagram was in 2015 is not what Instagram is right now. And you just have to follow trends. Now you have to be sensible about the trend you want to follow, but then you have to grow. No shade to anybody. It's the reason why an Insta blog is probably going to be bigger than Ovation that we were crazy about at some point. Is innovation. Yes, Ovation has been consistent. Ovation is still producing magazines. Ovation is still putting out content, but then are they as relevant as they used to be? No, because they were not innovative. They had the opportunity to go, you know, digital with the magazine and whatever, and it will keep them right now. But they didn't take that opportunity until when a lot of people already jumped on it, and then they had to jump on the wagon out of no choice. So you have to be consistent and at the same time grow with, you know, the trends and all that is happening on the platform that you're influencing for, or even if you want to join another influencing platform, no problem. Just be consistent and be innovative. That's it.
Someone else wants to say something?
I'll say it's important to evolve with times and keep on learning, because like what she said, Instagram in 2016 is not what Instagram is now. Back in the day, it was easier to grow. If you know, okay, I post in the mornings 9 a.m., I post in the evening 6 p.m. If I do this every day for a week, I will get 200 followers, I will get 300 followers, because it was chronological. Now the algorithm has changed, and it's hard for a lot of people to understand it. But I'll just say, like, it's important to keep on learning, like attending this masterclass and learning from my experience. So look at what like bars or influencers or creators in organizations are doing, and just evolve with the times. You can't just stay there and say, oh, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've always done, it's been working for me. See, it's not working anymore, you need to change.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Very true.
Fantastic.
I also feel like in
so
order for you
ask,
to okay, sorry.
On,
when it comes to that, I
Mhm.
think as much as you need, no man is an island. So when it comes to this particularly, I feel you need to have people that also influence you. I think a lot of people are very competitive with the people in their circle, in the sense that you think you're in competition with the people that do the same thing as you do, which is incredibly wrong. I find people who are in my circle inspiring, or people who are in the same business as I am. I find them inspiring. It's not as if I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm inspired by them, and I follow them intentionally because I do not want to be left behind. It is not a bad thing to have a lot. You should follow a lot of people that influence. If you're an influencer, you need to be.
Yeah.
You cannot know everything, and because of these people you are following, they keep you on your toes. They let you know what is happening because you might be in the dark and this person already knows. Instagram, we are talking about 2015. Instagram before Corona is not Instagram now. It's unfortunate, but the truth. Who knew challenges would blow like this? Nobody had anything to do, so we sat down at home and we are challenging each other with funny stuff. And everybody is online right now. So you need to follow people that are in the same business as you are. They will keep you. They will keep you abreast of new things happening.
Okay, fantastic.
That's what I'm following.
Okay, so before I go to the next question,
I'm following.
All right, so before I move on to the next question, for our participants, you can drop your questions under the Q&A box. On your screen, you'll notice a Q&A box. You can just drop your questions there, and after this major session, we'll just pick some questions from there and answer them. So I'd like to throw this to the panelists. Are there certain trends that you feel people should watch out for, like in the future? Why that expression? In fact, you should start this.
Yes, actually reading the question here.
So, like, are there certain trends that people should, look out for in the coming years, or in the coming months, or in the coming weeks? What kind of trends would you say that people should look out for?
Sadly, we can't determine the trends people should look out for. Anything can happen today and it should go viral. Anything can happen tomorrow and it will go viral. Who knows the don't rush to go viral? We had no idea it was going to go viral. And the other challenges, you get, if they told us a few months ago that everybody will be stuck on TikTok, Shola, who says a lie. Now why? I have my night to see, I have this, I have that. Again, but look at us now. We are all taking challenges, and the rest of it, we are putting ourselves online. Just to like, you get. So we cannot determine what happens tomorrow. It's social media. Anything can go viral. The most stupidest thing ever. I don't know if it's stupidest is correct. I'm a Yoruba boy, so ignore my English. The most stupid things ever go viral, and we just jump on it and like, okay, let's do this thing. You get. So we cannot determine trends. Yeah. At the same time, we can create our own trends, but we can't determine trends. Oh yeah. Sweet. But the good did you. I said we cannot determine trends, but we can create our own. Like,
yes. Now you go blow trumpet for yourself one day. When you blow your own horn.
Fantastic. So on to the next question. I think this is something that a lot of people will find. We can create our own trend. Fantastic. Wow. Please, what's that? Quote of the day.
You better add hashtag popularity because we will cook steal that line. You don't even had us. All right, so mind, or a lot of people have not been able to find answers to how can they monetize their influence. I mean, like, how can people monetize their influence? And then is influencer marketing always about money? That's another thing. So how can we monetize our influence, and then is it always about money?
How we can monetize our influence? There's so many ways. Honestly, so many ways. And but then I'd answer the latter question first. To monetize, first thing you need to understand, money is not everything. Collaborations will push you. Absolutely. So, for example, when I wanted to start influencing for hair brands, I used to do only fashion. So that's outfit. I was like, wait, what is the cloth when you now find it on top of your head? So how do I go about this? And then I spoke to a particular hair brand, and she was actually open to giving me hair for free every week. And I'm like, oh, okay. I know that I'm going to be, offering a service to her that is normally paid for as well. And I know that she'll benefit from it, but then collaboration is key. It is that collaboration now that has brought thousands of hair brands to notice me and want to work with me. So yes, money is not everything. However, the ways that you can monetize your influence is ridiculously amazing. First things first, digital product. Digital product, I say because you've seen people that are influenced for maybe workouts or maybe food and whatever. You see them go create apps on how you can make your food or DIY things like that. So creating your own app, digital product, you will get money because let me tell you guys, VAS is crazy. Like you can make money from VAS, and it's amazing because I used to work there in that industry. So I know how much you stand to make when you partner with these people to say, oh, look, I have this idea, or I'm a fashion influencer. I want to do an app that has to do with, style inspiration. So it could be Arike style inspiration daily. So you click on the app for subscribing, for downloading, I'm getting money. You could also, if you can't do that, you can partner with brands. So I remember that way back in 2014, when I used to work in VAS, we partnered with some influencers on YouTube that created, that used to create content, or she still creates content anyway. So she used to provide us with lifestyle and makeup content, lifestyle and fashion content. And she was getting a lot of money. At the time, she wasn't getting paid from YouTube because she only just started her YouTube channel. But I loved her content, and I was like, look, Oga, we need fashion and this thing on our content too. So let's get this girl's content, and we'll be paying her a percentage. And she cashed out. It was literally what she used to push herself to do masters and so many things and get where she is today. So digital product is major. Physical product is major as well. I'm not a business person. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. I just want to be myself. But then seeing the number of people that would, reach out to me and say, oh, feedback. I'm always getting positive feedback as regards, fashion influencing. I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to start a clothing store. And then I started my store, and in less than 3 months, I was cashing out, and I was like, wow, see how I've been doing. So you can make extra money from that apart from sponsored posts. Yeah, sponsored posts is another way you can make money as an influencer. So people are paying you whether per outfit or per product or per post or whatever it is. You can also make money from that. You can also, brand ambassador is another way. So you've built your brand to a place where you have so much influence, you have so much followers. Some brands will be like, look, you stand for something that we also that is in line with our vision. So why don't you represent our brand? And cashing out, like nobody gotta talk to you. Millions and millions and millions and millions are going like that. There's also affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is where some brands will reach out to you and say, oh, I'll give you a percentage of whatever sales I get. Now, I think this is my favorite because it helps you to know your strength as an influencer, and also helps the brand to know how strong you are as an influencer. So I've done that with some brands where it's, oh, we'll give you a promo code, and when you post for us, the number of people that buy, although they will cheat you, yes.
Well,
like
I was going to say,
most people are not transparent. It's the reason I don't like it. Yes, it's the reason I don't like it, because there's no way you can track it. But so if sometimes you drive 1,000 people to their website and they tell you that, oh, it's only 100 people that bought from them, they're only giving you money from the 100 people that they say, or they're telling you that's bought from them. So they cheat you. But then it helps you to know your strength. So what I do basically is the same thing I do for my podcast. If I'm getting 100, if I hear that you say 100 people, I'm going to do times 10. So whatever you get as feedback from clients, from brands, or for whatever it is, times it by 10 is the normal. That's the statistics out there. That's the number. So if you put out a content and I tell 10 people to reach out to you and 5 people reach out, 5 times 10 is 50. So actually 50 people could relate to that post, but only 5 people just had the chance to respond. So affiliate marketing, podcasting is another way. Podcasting is a way that I've made money, and I'll say it's the biggest thing that has happened to me as an influencer. I started Girl Talk on Instagram when Instagram was still 15 minutes. 15 seconds rather. I'll do part 1, part 2, part 3 of whatever it is I'm talking about. And then a podcast company reached out to me, and then I partnered with them, started putting out content. You're making money from the company because the company is paying you for giving them content. The ads that will be put on your podcast, you'll be making money from them. There's iTunes charts, there are charts everywhere. And people that subscribe and listen to you, they pay to listen to you. So it was just mind-blowing when I saw myself on iTunes chart number 2 worldwide. No, Game of Thrones was number 4. I'm like, hello, please wait, hold on. I know that the account is really small, but wait. And it was just really huge for me. And I took podcasting more serious. It's the podcast now that has, brought out the YouTube version of the same content and all that stuff. So there's so many ways. There's blogs. I have a blog. I'm not so much of a writer. It's the reason I ran from Twitter. So I'm not very consistent with writing because of time and my busy schedule. But then blogging is also another way, because brands want to advertise on your blog. People that if you're a fashion blogger, people that are wearing clothes for whatever, they would pay you to wear the clothes and some people pay you to put out content, basically. So there's so many ways. It's endless. The list is endless. Trust me, it is.
Wow, I think Arike has like ticked almost all the boxes.
Ah,
Like she has ticked almost all the boxes as well.
You ticked all the boxes. It's a compliment to she. You see, don't make her.
I ticked all the boxes. Right? So, does anybody like want to add maybe one or two things to that, or do you feel like?
To what?
I just want to say, particularly when it comes to money, because a lot of people are a little bit too focused on the money, and I know you spoke about this, but I need to use myself as an example. So coming out, just the divine intervention that God gave me with social media, that blew my following. People assume that instantly I do not still do free influencing, but you would not even imagine how much free shit I do. That's because I am not delusional. I do not feel like because I now have this amount of following that my influencing power is as strong as those without following. These people followed me because they just liked a certain show, not because they do not yet relate to my influencing power. So I cannot come and be arrogant in a way and say, you know what, look, do you see my numbers? This is what I'm going to. I'm stuck. I must collect your money. No, I still reach out to brands. There comes, you need to be, if you're passionate about something, you will put in the effort. I reach out to brands. I will send you look at you. I will mail you. I'm trying to hustle. There's no arrogance to this craft. You need to be humble about what you're doing. It's not about, it's for now, because I am building. A lot of you here, that's why I was saying that I don't even know why I'm here. A lot of you here are established in the influencing industry. I'm building that power, and so because I have the following doesn't mean I have that voice yet, and I'm not ignorant to that fact. So I am still as humble as I possibly can. I'm still doing a lot of free work. I'm still reaching out to a lot of brands. I'm still trying to create a structure to my brand so that it's not as if I'm following the wind. So you cannot constantly be demanding for cash. As she said, collaboration is so important, because you have to stay relevant. You have to stay in our faces. And if you are waiting for someone to send you a product, then pay you, you probably not post for us in a long time. So collaborate. It mustn't. It's not always about money. Just work. Eventually, you will start making the funds. The money will come in. But be ready to free work first.
Yeah, two things I forgot to mention there. Giveaway also. Never underestimate the power of giveaways. Trust me. It's a natural law of, the more you give, the more you get. So this is a personal one, and it is what has worked for me. I give to receive. For every time I give, I get times 1,000, times 100, times thousands of hundreds. So never underestimate. So giving away stuff is also another way, and also events. I don't think influencers know how powerful it is when people are paying you for guests as a guest, like guest appearances. You can also put together, seminars for yourself. So you've made yourself known as an influencer in social field. Tips on how to learn, whatever. Set up a seminar. People would register, so they are paying to register. If you don't have money for events and whatever, like event centers, you can also do webinars like this, like Zoom calls and stuff like that. So those things are key, actually. So those two I missed out. Yeah, events and giveaways.
And there are also ebooks. A lot of people during this period have come up with ebooks like how to film and edit fashion videos. They've also been selling presets for Lightroom. And I'll just say that when you do get the opportunity to collaborate with brands and it's paid collabs, make sure you go over and above. Don't just do the bare minimum. Like, give them value for their money. And also like try and maintain that relationship. Not that it's just when there's money involved. Like, you can just send a message, Merry Christmas, or Eku Corona, or whatever, just
what? Eku Corona, what is that?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
We can't blame you.
It's fine. All right, fantastic. Thanks a lot, guys. So much has been said here. So, not to waste much of our time, I would just like us to move over to the Q&A session. For all of our panelists, you can click on the Q&A, 2 questions questions from the Q&A session. You can click on that and then just pick the questions that you would like to address. But because we're almost out of time, you can just answer. We really appreciate if the answers are short and brief and then straight to the point. Does that work? Okay, so you can just scroll through the Q&A session and pick maybe 2 questions or one striking question that you feel you would like to respond to.
Yeah.
All right, while you're doing that, let me just scroll through the chat. Thank you so much, guys. We've been seeing all of your comments. Someone says, Arike, your money box. So, so many great ideas in your head. Someone
Arike,
says,
I'll come and
Thank
learn.
you.
of the essence.
You,
Give and get.
Mamla, you know they want me. I want to come and learn
Alright.
Twitter from you.
I beg. Stay your Instagram.
Okay.
See,
Okay,
I cannot see most of
someone
these
says,
questions here because I left and came back.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, no problem. So familiarity for you, someone asked a question. The person says, why do most of the influencers that we have react to negative stuff being said about them, especially Oluwa familiarity? Sometimes I feel a whole lot of things are better not being replied to. What do you guys think? So the person is basically saying that why do you respond to these guys who maybe drag you online or, get yourself involved in bands or all?
No publicity is bad publicity. Familiarity is as known on Twitter as he is today, not because he ignored them, but because he responded to them. I'm afraid of Pam Pam. Nobody isn't. And I think the fact that he responds creates the controversy. And then, is that goes the back and forth that eventually creates the spiral of content that you have to scroll through a lot. And for me, I think that's what he's doing. I respect that.
I agree with Sardi. I agree with Sardi as well because Twitter is a place for banter, like bants. So if someone is giving you a bass, you have to give him a boss. So that's why I said if you have the chest. So Family has over time built that what's it called? He has built that shield.
Resilience. He's the war. He's the fight.
He's
in the Boski.
Yes, of Twitter. So yeah, that's very key. So if you have the mental and emotional capacity to deal with it, like some people, they get bashed on Instagram and Twitter, and they'll respond, but it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect anything in their life because they've just built that shield already. So for some of us like this, I built shield too, but please, I don't like insults. I don't used to pass my boundary, so you not really find me on Twitter. I will be looking, but I will not tweet. But I can tweet sometimes, but not every time.
Look at you, they're answering on my behalf like I'm not here. I feel so honored.
So you are not a man, a preacher of love. You are not a preacher of love, sir. You cannot.
I feel like am I in this group or not?
As they blush.
See, when you've worked hard, your work will speak for you. That's what's happening.
I beg. It's okay.
Larry, do you have anything to say in addition to all what happened?
You said it. You can't tell I'm blushing.
All right, no problem. Okay, we have a question here, and I'd like to direct this to the fashion influencers. It says, what advice do you have for us, beginning influencers, especially in the fashion and beauty sector? So I think what this person is saying is, what advice do you have for influencers who are in the fashion and beauty sector who are just starting out? Maybe if you have 2 advice, you can just drop it.
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. What's the question again? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so the person is saying, what advice do you have for us, beginning influencers, especially in the fashion and beauty sector? So I guess this person is a growing influencer in the fashion and beauty space, and the person is saying, okay, what advice do you have for that person?
So it's okay, it's lifestyle, do good. So
yeah.
But I'll just say one thing. As an up-and-coming influencer in the fashion and beauty industry,
yes, ma'am.
Collaboration is 100. I honestly cannot tell you how much collaboration has done for me. It is collaboration. That's why I said I fell into being an influencer based on collaborations. That's it. Like, collaborate with people, and then people start to notice the services that you're rendering. Have a voice, stand for something. My own thing is, everybody can be fashionable. What I stand for is, if a Polo Avenue signs me, it's big money, it's good money. But would I take it? I don't think so, because I turned down a deal like that in Abuja because it just doesn't work. If I stand with Dunes in Abuja, for example, my followers are not going to buy, because what the brand I've built over time is fashion is not expensive, because that's what I personally think. This top can be 200 naira from Yaba. It's the way you wear it that makes you gang. So that's what I've always preached as a fashion influencer. But then there are some people that feel like luxury is it, and it's not a big deal. But then just know what you stand for and follow through. Don't be doing sege. Yes, can you have, now maybe when I started, I used to do Yaba. Now I can afford a bit of small luxury things, but I will still not influence for those brands, because my followers will not, it's not like they will choose not to buy, but I have people that are 9-to-5 workers and students. They cannot afford that. So I'm not going to push that kind of brand. So that's it for me.
Okay. And I'll say be consistent and don't expect that the money is going to come immediately. Don't expect that, oh, the brands will start reaching out to you immediately. You should reach out to brands and let them know as a beginner that, oh, I create fashion content. I would love to work with you if you have any upcoming campaign or if there are any outfits you're trying to push. So, yeah, definitely reach out to people, be consistent. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, it's going to take time. You have to be resilient. And don't give up. Just keep on keeping up, keep on trying, keep on pushing it.
All right. I would like us to take this final question. This person is asking that how can I balance social media with my day job? So I think the person saying social media influencing. How can the person balance being a social media influencer and then at the same time being the person's personal job, like balancing the time?
That is very tricky, and it's actually very hard, but be able to put in a lot of work into it, because the time for you to create content, the time for you to create videos, it depends on what you are influencing again. Time for you to edit and the rest of it, you must be ready to face it. You get, because you don't want to do copy and paste or paste what influencers posted in the morning, then you are posting that night, or you are on the campaign and everybody is posting by 6, or everybody is posting by 3 p.m. and whereas by that 3 p.m. you are at work, you are in a meeting at work. So it's a little bit tricky. You must be able to put in so much effort into it. At the same time, it's good to have it as a side also. Nigerian jobs doesn't pay like that well, like my other people here. They're all millionaires, you get. Even though I'm just hustling and I just want to go like that. So it doesn't pay. You get, it pays. It's good as a side also. It's good as a side also. Yeah, but it requires a lot of time. You must be ready for it. If you at the point in time it's going to affect each other, then that's when you say to yourself, okay, well, am I picking up my 9 to 5 or am I picking influencing? You get Fire, we're colleagues at work before. I had to leave my 9 to 5 to face this properly. You get, so it's tricky.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for taking out your time to have this discussion, share from your wealth of knowledge and experience. A lot has been said in the chat box, a lot. People are saying a lot of things, people are appreciating you, people are sharing comments and feedback on all what you have said. I hope you had time to read through while we're having this discussion. At this point, I would also like to thank everyone who has been a part of this session. Thank you so much for signing up. Like we said, this is the first edition of so many editions to come. And you can learn more about influencer marketing by following some of the influencers that, not even some, like following everybody that we have here. We have Arita Info, Suke Morgan, Kami Study. And if you also want to learn more about like the nitty-gritty, the sciences to understanding how influencer marketing works, you can also follow Plaqad. We are at Plaqad Inc. on Instagram and on Twitter. You can follow us. We share a lot of content on influencer marketing. We also have opportunities that we can link you up to. And like all what has been said today, influencer marketing is not necessarily always about the money. Especially when you're at your growing stage, you want to look out for collaborations. You also want to look out for ways that you can build integrity. So thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this meeting. Like I said, I'm so sorry that we couldn't take everybody's questions. We have 21 questions in the Q&A session, and a lot of people are still saying stuff, under the chat session. But I think we'll just stop here for now for today. You can send us a DM to ask more questions. Would would love to respond to you. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.
When should we send our invoice?
Family, really.
Yes. We're supposed to send our invoice for this thing now for you guys.
I'm speaking on behalf of everyone.
Pamela will send my invoice to you. Pamela will represent me.
Yes, and I think worthy to note for everybody listening, none of the speakers collected anything from us. They were willing to share their knowledge and to also impact everybody.
You see, that
guys,
seems to be like employed to make sure we do not send you DMs later.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate, guys. Don't forget, you guys can DM your questions. We'll send to them. We'll get responses and we'll share with you. You guys are the best.
Yes, you guys are the best. All right. So at this point, before we go, I would love us to quickly, if you can turn on your video call, if you can switch your call from being an audio call to a video call. I don't know if everyone can do that. Is that possible?
Well, I think so.
We'd like to have a screenshot, more like an e-picture of this.
Oh, screenshots.
Is it possible for them to?
Oh yeah, you are not ready. I was trying to post.
What's going on here, guys?
Tell me what's happening.
I'm posing for this picture.
Family, calm down. Family, calm down. Calm down.
All right, let's take a pause now. Okay, we're good.
I took it already.
1, 2, 3, and hold on.
Our smile is waiting.
Okay, captured.
What kind of phone are you using?
Captured, guys.
Are you caring? I can see your dimples. Taboo.
Exactly. Chiseled dimples.
All right, guys. You enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you, Plenty.
Ending the call at this point.
Everyone.
We're ending the seminar at this point.
Thank you for having us.
All right, thank you. Bye, guys, everyone.
Bye.